Hello, class. Today I will be talking about the New York Yankees, some of their achievements and most memorable moments and players. Here are some simple stats as you'll see them going through here if you ever question what they are. RBI is runs batted in, HR is home run, SB is stolen base, BA is batting average, H is hit, and R is runs. Background info: the New York Yankees are 27-time World Series champions. They had many Hall of Fame players. They were the Pinstripes as well as a couple of other teams in the MLB. That's kind of their fame and their pride is their Pinstripes. Some of the most famous players, right off the top, are Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Lou Gehrig, and plenty other big names. But we could go all day. But they do have a lot of Hall of Famers. The New York Yankees, their identity was created in 1912. They started wearing just all white uniforms. And the name, the New York Yankees, didn't actually become official until 2013. In 1920, there was a massive change that skyrocketed the Yankees' population, and that was Babe Ruth. He really did some numbers with their fans and their money and their overall atmosphere in New York with baseball. And then in 1923 was their first World Series championship. The Yankees have a huge rivalry with the Boston Red Sox. This rivalry has been going on since 1919. It really started with Babe Ruth getting traded to the Yankees from Boston because of how much success he brought to New York. Kind of made people salty, I guess. They both play in the American League East, the AL East, which is in the MLB, full of 30 teams, two leagues, the AL and the NL, the National League. The Yankees and Red Sox had moments and parts in time where one dominated and the other wasn't doing so hot. Due to all the animosity and history that's occurred between the two teams, they are probably baseball's biggest rivalry. And this video here is a video of Pedro Martinez tossing Don Zimmer off the mound. He's like an 80-year-old manager, kind of just proving why it's one of the biggest rivalries. Another cool thing with New York, they have created a Subway Series with the other team, the New York Mets. They're in the National League, so they don't play each other as often as they do Boston and Tampa and Baltimore and other teams in the American League. So the New York Mets, they ride trains. So one team will ride a train to the other's field, and they'll play them there, and then both teams will ride back and play at the other stadium in one day. It's called the Subway Series. This has been going on since '97. Here's actually trains that they built in 2000 that they ride to the games. The players do full uniform. Here's a picture of Citi Field. That's a New York Mets field. Going on, this is the uniform progression of the New York Yankees. As you can see, this was in 1901, before they were really in the pros. Right here, 1910 was the first Yankees uniform, or the first official Yankees. They were selling them, and those are the first official ones. And now you can see they just get better and better and just a little more creative. So going into the 2020 season with COVID, had a huge impact on economy and just a whole lot of other stuff that we all know. Here's a picture of the 2019 regular season game. As you can see, there's fans in the back and all that. And then just simply in 2020, you can see there's just nobody there. The Yankees 2020 season, the MLB changed to 60 games in the regular season. The season is usually 162 games, and so it was changed a lot. The Yanks went 33-27 and came in second place in the AL East. Luke Voit was the home run leader in the AL League this year, and DJ LeMahieu placed third for the AL MVP race. And then other than that, they kind of had a flop of a season. They lost to Tampa. It's pretty upsetting. Here's a picture of Yankee Stadium, the new one. Here's just a cool picture of the old 1920 Yankees. More info. Here's the years the Yankees have won the World Series. Again, they have 27 of them, so it's pretty impressive. The old New York Yankees compared to the new ones are way different. However, back then, they were always winning and dominating and always had superstars. But the modern day Yankees get ragged a lot because they still have superstars, but they aren't producing championships. But a big part of that is money, so players are a little less hungry because they're getting paid so much, which is why I believe players back then had more success. A comparison salary right now would be Babe Ruth in 1921 getting paid $10,000 annually, compared to Alex Rodriguez, who walked away with $400 million at the end of his career. Granted, he played with many other teams, he still walked away with that much with New York. How many AL League championships? The Yankees have won 29. They play in the AL with the Baltimore Orioles, Toronto Blue Jays, Boston Red Sox, and the Tampa Bay Rays. Here's some of the most memorable Yankees that you'll probably hear of. These fans will forever cherish these players just because of some of their stats. Like, we could go all day with these stats. Like, all these guys will be in the top 50, top 10. But here's some names: Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, Yogi Berra, Reggie Jackson, Whitey Ford, Bill Dickey, Alex Rodriguez, Jorge Posada, Mariano Rivera, and the list goes on. Babe Ruth, he was a 6'2", 215-pound lefty. He basically just hit home runs and did whatever he wanted, and people loved him. He was pretty successful. He played in the 1920s and won the first World Series for the Yankees in 1923. And as you can see here, here's his overall stats. He's still the home run king with 714. Lou Gehrig is another famous one, a.k.a. the Iron Horse. He passed away early from a nervous system disease that was unknown at the time, which is now named Lou Gehrig's disease. He was born in 2003. His mom wanted him to play football and get a good education, so that's what he did. He played fullback. Until 1921, the New York Giants signed him after seeing his athleticism, and he was later picked up by the Yankees in 23, and he won a World Series his rookie year. And he had 8,000 at-bats, 2,721 hits, and 493 home runs. Joe DiMaggio, he is my favorite Yankee. He's why I wear number 5. Here's some of his stats. They're just absolutely insane if you're a baseball person. More on Joe DiMaggio. He was a center fielder for the Yanks. He was a big character on and off the field. His athleticism was uncomparable at the time. He was kind of like a new wave. He was a ladies' man, kind of. His wife was Marilyn Monroe. She was pretty famous. Most of you guys know her. Joe's pretty famous for his 56 straight games with a hitting streak, which is really impressive, and it actually ended at League Park in Cleveland. I forget which year, but it ended in Cleveland. Here's a list of some Yankees who served during World War II, also just other active military, as you can see. I also think that's another reason they were successful, because they were just a little hungrier. Here's just some home run stats. This is why they're called the Bronx Bombers. The MLB Nation has kind of given them that nickname. The Yankees in 2018 hit 266 home runs, which is awesome. And some of these stats here, as you'll look, they might not be completely factual to the T, because these are not including postseason. So another famous player is Derek Jeter. He made a huge impact on sports. He brought all kinds of different, like basketball has shoes and all kinds of deals, and he kind of brought that into baseball. Like Bryce Harper now has deals, and Mike Trout. Derek Jeter kind of opened up that door to people and kind of persuaded people to do more with their life other than just be a ball player. More on Jeter. He was a Hall of Fame shortstop, a 5-time World Series champ. Jeter went to the MLB draft in '92 and was signed as a 6th-round pick. He has played with some of the most talented baseball players in the world, like Ken Griffey, Albert Pujols, Pedro Martinez, Joe Mauer, and the list goes on. This video here is his last at-bat. It was a walk-off hit. He won the game for the Yankees. And then this is my works cited. This is a picture of the some of the cool stuff that they sell online, some of the merchandise and all that. But I wanted to go back. Kind of wanted to go back to the Bombers here. So a lot of these guys here, one guy I want to talk about specifically is Alex Rodriguez. He was actually suspended for steroids and PED usage. And it was kind of crazy because his first game back was with Boston, and they threw at him and caused a huge fight and all that. And he got He got a walk-off home run that sent him to the American League Championship. And A-Rod was that dude and wasn't on steroids, proving that he could still do it. So, and there's a lot of other guys in this. If you look, like Robinson Cano, he's had plenty of like World Series walk-offs and other things like that. But they'll forever be the Bronx Bombers because of numbers like 266 home runs in 2018. But that's kind of all I wanted to clear up for today. Thank you.